Here's a story about how I got put under investigation for going to church. True story. So anyways, I'm on, at the time, Camp 17, Haynesville Work Center. There's 2 dorms there, and the church service is extremely small. Like 3 people literally go there. The camp only has about 112 people on it combined. That's how small of a camp it is. And I'm not here to push religion, faith, belief, none of that at you, but I'm just going to tell you, I go to church, and I wanted to go to church. And when I went to church service was boring as heck. And usually in prison, I'm not going to lie, church service be jumping. Like, they got the music, they got choirs, depending on where you at, the pastor's fire, like all of that. But this was not the case. It was more of like a Bible study. And more or less what happened was I kind of became familiar with the 3 individuals that were going there, and they asked me one day, because I kind of inadvertently started leading a Bible study, to start giving a word on Sundays, because they felt like it could get some of the brothers to actually come to Sunday church service there. I agreed. I'm not sure why I agreed. I don't think I was ever qualified to give a word or any of that in that environment, but I felt like it needed to be done, and I took the opportunity, and I really did try my hardest at it. And one of the things that happened that was really great was the service that started off with like 3 or 4 of us grew into about 40 or 50 people, which was almost half of the prison or the camp. Now, the problem with that is where I was at, they were not used to seeing unity or anybody with any type of real influence on the camp. And I don't think it was me that had influence. I think people really wanted to come to church. And basically, because the numbers had grew so much while I was in that environment and started to lead this church service, they started to have officers come and sit in on the church service because they actually thought, based on my past, that I was recruiting for a gang, etc. This is the plight of the individual when they're trying to do something good and positive in that environment. Even then, they're going to be looked at as being suspicious or not doing what they say they're doing. But anyways, what was cool about that was, while people sat in there, correctional officers, prison staff, etc., for the purposes of making sure I wasn't saying anything crazy, trying to recruit or convince them, the rest of the prisoners, to just have an uprising there, some of them actually got saved in those services. Some of them would pray. Some of them would give input and feedback to the word. And it was cool, man. Again, I'm not here to push religion to anybody, but I will tell you that in prison, it's a very serious thing. Depending on if you're Christian, Muslim, whatever it is, man, like, they take that stuff serious in there, and as they should. And at the same time, man, this is one of those cases where I got put under investigation, where they didn't lock me up, but like I said, they were sending officers. Some people were dropping kites because I don't know what they thought we were doing inside church service. But it was a whole situation that I am so glad I'm free from now, because I can sit on my couch and watch Furtick or something like that and just have a good Sunday. But anyways, I appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all for supporting the content. More content on the way. And most importantly, stay free. Peace.